39. A very scary storm. Whoo! Howled the wind. Whoo! The little boat was right in the middle of the lake when the wind began to howl. Lake Galilee was so big it was like the sea. "It's a lovely day," Jesus had said to his special friends that morning. "Let's go across the lake." They had been so busy they needed a day off. The sun was warm and the lake was still, so still, that Jesus lay down in the boat and fell fast asleep. Then all of a sudden the wind began to howl. Whoosh! Whoo! And the lake wasn't still anymore. It was full of big waves that tossed the little boat up and down, big waves that came toppling over the sides. The boat began to sink. "Wake up! Wake up!" said Jesus' special friends. "Save us! We're sinking!" They were very scared. They had never seen such a storm. But Jesus was not a bit scared. "Gently, gently now," he said to the howling wind. "Look what you're doing." Lie down," he said to the waves. "You're upsetting the boat." And at once the wind stopped howling and the waves stopped tossing. All was quiet and still again. The friends all looked at one another. None of them could have done that. How had Jesus done it? "Why were you all so frightened?" Jesus said. "When you know that God is looking after you, trust him." Story 40. The Two Houses. Jesus was telling a story. Everyone was listening, and they were out on the hillside close to the lake. Once upon a time, there were two men. One man said, "I want to build a house. I'll build it on the rock. That's a good, safe place." So he dug and dug down to the rock, and he built his house there. Then the rain fell, and the wind blew, and the floods came, but his house stood safe on the rock. "If you listen to me and do as I say," Jesus says, "you are like that man." The other man said, "I want to build a house. I'll build it on the sand, where it's easy to dig." His house was soon built, and the rain fell, and the wind blew, and the floods came, and his house fell down with a crash. "If you listen to me, but forget what I say," Jesus said, "you are like that man." Jesus' special friends sat close as he told them the secrets of God's kingdom. God blesses the people who know that they need him. They belong to God's kingdom. God blesses those who are sad. He will comfort them. God blesses those who want to do right. He will give them what they want. God blesses those who mend quarrels. They will be called God's children because they are like him. Long ago, Jesus said, God told his people the best ways to live. This is what you must do. Love your enemies, not just your friends. Be kind to everyone and share. Be as nice to other people as you want them to be to you, for God takes care of everyone. Nice and nasty, good and bad. The hot sun shone on the blue lake. The wild flowers in the grass glowed bright as jewels. Birds hopped close, hoping for crumbs. But the grown-ups were worried. They didn't have much money. What are we going to eat? The children are hungry. What are we going to wear? Our clothes are worn out. They couldn't stop worrying. There's no need to worry, Jesus told them. Just look around you. God gives the bird their food. And see those flowers? Could anyone have more beautiful clothes? If God looks after the birds and the flowers, He's sure to look after you. So much more. Because you mean so much more to Him. Forget your worries. Love God and do as He wants. And God will give you what you really need. "41. A great idea. There was a man who could not walk. He could not even get up. How I wish I could be like you, he said to his friends. The man could not walk, but he had 4 good friends to help him. One day his friends had a great idea. We'll take you to Jesus, they said. Jesus will make you well. So they picked the man up on his bed and carried him to the house where Jesus was. But there was such a crowd at the door they couldn't get near. Let's try the stairs, said one of the friends. The stairs were outside of the house. So they went up, right up, to the roof. The house had a flat roof, made of dry mud and sticks, and when they got there, the friends began to dig. They dug and dug, right through the roof. They made a great big hole. Then they let the man down on his bed mat until he was right next to Jesus. Jesus looked down at the man. He looked up at the 4 good friends, and he smiled. You want me to make him well, Jesus said, and so I will, completely well. Then he said to the man, every bad thing you have done is forgiven. Now, up you get. Pick up that bed mat, and you can walk home. And so he did. Story 42. The Kind Soldier. The soldier was very upset. One of his servants was ill, so ill, not even the doctors could help. The soldier was very upset, but what could he do? Excuse me, sir, said one of his men. Have you heard about Jesus? They say he can cure all kinds of illness. Then I must find him at once, the soldier said. There is no time to lose. The soldier hurried off, and he found Jesus with a crowd of people around him. My servant has bad pain, the soldier said to Jesus. He is so ill, not even the doctors can help him. I can help him, Jesus said. I'll come home with you now and make him better. Please don't go to all that trouble. I don't deserve it, the soldier replied. Just say the word. When I give an order, my men all do as I say. So I know my servant will get well if you just say the word. He was so sure that Jesus could make his servant better. Jesus was very surprised. He had never met anyone quite as sure as this Roman soldier. You can go home now, Jesus said to him. You'll find your servant well again, because you were so sure I could make him better. So the soldier went home and found his servant well again, just as Jesus had said.